Hey everyone, today we're going to be starting the garage renovation at the lake house. Here's the current state of it. As you can see, it is quite a mess, and I've actually done a little bit of cleaning even before taking this video, so there's a lot of work to do. At first, I didn't even realize I'd be doing a full renovation. I just wanted to clean it up a bit, so I first started by taking down this shelving unit, and then I moved all my wood storage into this corner to kind of consolidate it. Then after doing a bit more cleaning and organizing, I got the garage to this point. I thought it would just end there, but then I caved and just decided to renovate the whole thing. I love a good challenge. So the plan is on the left hand side that you see here, for that to be mainly my workshop and wood storage, and then on the right side I'm going to make a little bit of a home gym. The priority for the space is building and lifting. The cars can wait in the driveway. We eventually wanted to put in an epoxy floor, so I knew I had to move everything outside, but I didn't want to just leave it out there as it'd be there for probably a couple days, so I decided to rent this box trailer and just stuff everything inside. And let's just say some things were a bit of a challenge to put in there. Once that was in, things were moving pretty fast. I then performed a moisture test on the concrete before applying any epoxy, but it didn't actually matter in the end. You'll see. Alright, so we're nearly almost done with the garage. I can start to hear it echoing out my voice with all the stuff cleared out. The last thing to do is this fridge. I have a hand truck, so I'm just going to try and lift it out. It is full of stuff, so I'm going to try and be cautious, but then after that we can start moving all these shelves. Let's get to it. In the end, this garbage can must have weighed at least 100 pounds, if not more, and that wasn't even all of it. Now, it might be a little bit hard to tell on camera, but this place was covered in cobwebs, tons of flies and spiders everywhere in the ceiling and on the walls, so Bianca came up with the idea just to put rags on the end of brooms and kind of wipe the thing down. It actually worked pretty well. I'm now going to mix up some joint compound to fix some of the damaged areas of drywall. I'm not looking for a perfect finish, but I definitely want to cover up some of those larger holes. Let's get to it. Once that was complete, I could start taping things off. Now that we have everything masked off, we can go ahead and get priming. To spray my paint, I'm going to be using the Magnum X5 by Greco. I've used it to spray a drywall ceiling in my basement, but so this is only the second time I'll be using it. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. I followed the instructions to get everything set up, and now we're ready to spray. I'm also going to be back rolling after I spray. Basically, I'm going to do like a small section and then come back and roll it, and that just gets you a better finish. And I used a pretty high quality roller, but I think it's a good idea to tape over the roller and then pull off the tape, and that gets rid of any possible lint that might get into your paint. So now we are all ready. I was thinking about closing the garage door to do the ceiling, which I think I might do. I'm going to close this, do the whole ceiling, and then I will open it back up to do all the walls, because I think it lets in a lot more light and helps the paint dry a little bit more. So as you heard, this is only my second time using this sprayer, and I'm by no means an expert, so I'm definitely still learning. And as I started here, I was getting a lot of spitting of the paint, like it was clogging at the sprayer, and every time I would spray, it would shoot out little droplets, and the finish was not good. So I was a little bit concerned, And don't worry, this garage door is actually going to be replaced, so I didn't really care about spraying it. But I realized that because it's a primer, it's a little bit of a thicker paint, and therefore I had to increase the pressure on the sprayer. And once I did that, everything was spraying nice and smooth.
Alright, so we're all done. Wow, it really smells now with this mask off. I don't think I did a perfect job, but this is just the priming coat, and honestly I didn't even know if I needed to prime. So this was basically just a good test before I actually do the real paint. Alright, so I just primed the sprayer, we got the paint loaded, it's a bit of a light gray, and we're ready to start spraying.
Here you can see in real-time speed just how fast this paint sprayer is. I'm never going back to a roller and a brush. Then after spraying each wall, as I mentioned, I went and back rolled it with the roller. This is to help get better coverage. However, I had a little bit of a poor result with mine. As you can see, it's a little bit streaky and there's a lot of flashing going on. It ended up drying okay, but if there's any painters out there, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I actually would have had a better result just to leave it sprayed and not back rolled, but let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And you may have noticed that I'm getting a lot of overspray on the ceiling. The original plan was to actually paint that gray as well, but we ended up changing our mind and leaving it white. If I knew this from the get-go, I probably would have taped it off, but you live and you learn. As I let the paint dry, I could reinstall our garage ceiling light, and then I could start pulling off the tape. And this is actually a radon mitigation system. It's pretty common in the Midwest, and it's used to prevent radon gases from getting up into your house. Anyway, I couldn't spray over this, so I had to tape it off, but I did my best to make it look clean. Painting both these doors black was the final step in part 1 of this garage renovation, and get subscribed and stay tuned for next week's video as I'll cover part 2 and show the final product. And if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please smash that like button as it really helps out the channel. And I know I'm going to get a couple questions on paint colors, so the walls are etched concrete and the black is tricorn black, both from Sherwin-Williams. And as always, thanks for watching and happy building. See you next week.